have quite a lot of videos talking in depth about different types of Disney pins, but something that I don't have a specific video on that I feel deserves it are Loungefly Disney pins. A lot of people who are newer to Disney pins often have a lot of questions about Loungefly pins in terms of whether they're real Disney pins and can you trade them. So yes to both. Loungefly are officially licensed Disney pins. Licensed merchandise is the difference between if you buy a Disney t-shirt at Target that is a licensed item versus something that you buy from the Disney parks or Shop Disney, but they're both full official Disney items. So Loungefly pins are full real Disney pins and you can trade them just like any other Disney pin, since in order for a pin to be traded, it has to be a standard metal pin with a straight back and it has to say copyright Disney on the back, which these Loungefly pins do. Loungefly has really been evolving their pin game over about the last year or so, but I've been familiar with their pins for the longest amount of time through what they have available at Box Lunch and Hot Topic. So Box Lunch and Hot Topic are where you'll find Loungefly pins available for retail in person. And these pins at Box Lunch are really pretty much the lowest quality Loungefly pins, and in general some of just the lowest quality Disney pins, because pretty much all of the pins, and at least all of the ones that I own, are all made of soft enamel. Most all of the pins you find from the Disney parks are made of a hard enamel that is a higher quality, more expensive pin. Soft enamel is much cheaper, lower quality, but they do have an epoxy top coat over everything to kind of smooth it out. I'll show all of the pins like this, but typically the metal lines are kind of thin, everything looks really shiny, and the quality is pretty much among the lowest that you'll find. So generally these Box Lunch and Hot Topic pins will retail for a little less than, similar counterparts in the Disney parks. But my recommendation is to never buy anything full price from Box Lunch or Hot Topic because they constantly have sales. Sometimes they'll have a percentage off of items or like a buy one get one, and that's really the only time when I feel like it's worth it to get the pins. But some of the reason why I do like the Loungefly pins that they have at Box Lunch and or Hot Topic is because they'll often feature some kind of more unique designs, or maybe it's not necessarily the designs are so unique, but it's ones that you won't really find super often like in the Disney parks or on Shop Disney. For instance, a whole bunch of the Loungefly pins that I have from Box Lunch are all themed to the Emperor's New Groove, and they're ones that are super unique in their designs. You don't really see any pins like that anywhere else, and that's kind of because Box Lunch and this Loungefly licensing is very much into the whole kind of pop culture aesthetic. So you will often find maybe a bit more unique assortment of pins or designs or themes, but generally the quality of them is not the best and definitely not my favorite. So I'm gonna kind of like work my level up in terms of the niceness of Loungefly pins, and what I'd put probably one step up are the Loungefly mystery pins. Loungefly does blind box mystery pin packs similar to how Disney does them. I'd actually equate them more similar to how Shop Disney does them because they only have one single pin in a mystery pack. Some of these mystery sets you can get and buy at Box Lunch and or Hot Topic, and other are ones that you can find on loungefly.com itself or through other authorized Loungefly resellers. One of the things is Loungefly works with a lot of small shops who sign up for a license to be able to distribute Loungefly goods. So there's quite a few other different means through which you can get these mystery pin packs. I feel like most of the mystery pin packs I've seen so far have been a little bit better quality. There are a good number of them that are nice hard enamel pins, but there are also some that are still kind of more of the soft enamel with the epoxy top coat. I have only ever once opened any Loungefly mystery pins, if that's an indication of what they offer, or at least what's of interest to me. So they've had some Mandalorian mystery pins. They have other ones that again are very much more a little bit, I don't want to say pop culture-y, but not necessarily designs that you'd really find in the Disney parks. There's usually around like 6 mystery pins per collection, and sometimes they'll offer a chase pin, which is a more rare kind of special variant. So sometimes they'll have mystery pins that are actually themed to the Loungefly mini backpacks they make. They'll do a lot of princess themed ones, some food themed ones. The other thing that kind of like keeps me from really buying or getting any of these to open is that they typically retail for about like $10 a box, and you're only getting one one single pin in that box. So especially for the quality and the designs of the pins, I don't really think that it's worth it. I've seen some really funny instances where I think it was a Marvel-inspired ice cream pin set. People ordered, you know, a whole bunch from Loungefly trying to collect the set, and they got the same exact pin in every single box. So that's where things can kind of be difficult, you know, when it's only one single pin in a box, you're paying like up to $10 for it. But I do see a lot of people online, you know, trading and collecting these mystery pin sets. So if you really like mystery pins, they're another good thing to look into. But I'll say oftentimes, at least those mystery pins made of hard enamel, they're a little bit of a step up from the regular rack pins that you'll find at Box Lunch or Hot Topic. Then I'd say kind of the next level up in Loungefly pins, and in terms of how nice they are pins that are exclusive to some of the distributors that Loungefly works with. So for example, Crack and Trade has a number of exclusive Loungefly pins that you can only get through them. They are all limited edition, and most of them are really nice quality. There's a few that are still kind of the soft enamel with the epoxy top coat, but otherwise a lot of them are the nice hard enamel. They're much bigger in size, and so these are ones that you cannot buy directly through Loungefly. You can only purchase them through the distributor that they're exclusive to. So Crack and Trade is a great place to look if you're looking for some actually lower limited edition, typically around LE600 Loungefly pins. So I definitely prefer these type of Loungefly pins that they have small shops distribute over the lesser quality Box Lunch Hot Topic Loungefly pins. Now, I'll say the final category of Loungefly pins, and the ones that I really like the most that they have been doing for the past year or so, are their jumbo limited edition pins that you get directly through the Loungefly website. Since everything with the Disney parks and the pandemic, Disney has stopped putting out pin flyers of, you know, the kind of monthly pin releases, but Loungefly actually has monthly pin releases. You can follow along on their Instagram. And a few times a month, they'll do releases of really nice, really large, limited edition pins. The pins all come in these really nice boxes, so they're a really nice size. I would basically classify them as jumbo pins. They started off releasing them having much lower edition sizes, you know, typically starting out LE500, and they would sell out super fast, like within minutes. So then Loungefly actually listened to people and realized that there was more demand, so they have since increased the limited edition size, typically upwards to at least an LE of 1000. So if you were to go on the Loungefly website today, you would still see tons of these limited edition pins that are still available for purchase. And the thing that I really like about them is that they are only $25 for how big and how nice they are. I feel like when the Disney parks releases jumbo pins of this size, they'll sell them for like at least $60. So I think the price is definitely worth it because I think these pins also have a lot of really cool, interesting elements. There's typically a lot of movable parts on them, or glitter, or rubberized elements. It's pretty much overall by far the nicest quality of any Loungefly pins out there. And just of note, although I've only been focusing and talking about Disney Loungefly pins because Loungefly deals in a lot of things pop culture, they do have licensed pins for, you know, other entities. So Disney is the main category of pins that they produce, but they do have themed pins to lots of other stuff. They'll have some Harry Potter themed pins at Box Lunch. I think they had a limited edition jumbo pin themed to Ghostbusters before. So those pins you cannot trade because those are not Disney pins. You can only trade the ones that actually have the copyright Disney on the back of them. So I wanted to finish off these videos like I typically do by showing all of the Loungefly pins that I currently have, and I have them grouped into the 4 different categories that I talked about. Since this gives a really good idea in kind of the range of quality and range of sizes of all these Loungefly pins. I've put all of the Loungefly pins I have on this little pin board, and starting in all this first top long row here are all of the pins that I have from Box Lunch primarily, only maybe a few from Hot Topic. So you can see all of these pins are made with soft enamel and then with the kind of shiny epoxy top coat on them. So the quality is definitely not the nicest of them, but they are, you know, they're at least shiny. They have a kind of very smooth texture to them, but not my favorite of the type of pins that they have. You know, at least there are kind of unique ones, like when would you see a Rescuers pin with Bernard and Bianca and a little heart like that? There's a really cool Marie pin that's all rubberized element. This Moana pin is a locket that actually opens, which it's hard to do while it's on the pin board there, but you can really see that's all kind of sculpted soft enamel in there. But really, basically everything here is a soft enamel pin. This Emperor's New Groove pin is a kind of a good example of the quality because their faces are kind of mushed together. Not the best, but like all of these designs, especially for an Emperor's New Groove collector, are so unique and interesting. Like you won't see anything else. So I at least do like the range of styles that they offer. This is my one singular lone mystery pin from Loungefly. This is part of the child mystery pin set, and this is nice because this, as you can see, is a full hard enamel pin. Not all of the mystery pins are, but a lot of these newer ones are in a much nicer quality, I feel. Size though is still kind of pretty much the same, you know, the typed up size of these other Loungefly pins. So I feel like these mystery pins are a little bit overpriced for what they are, but definitely kind of more unique designs than, say, things that you'd find in the Disney parks. Then I have here some of the Loungefly pins that are exclusive to Crack and Trade. All of these are limited edition pins, I believe around LE600. So like these are some of my absolute favorite Baby Yoda pins. Most of them are all a nice hard enamel. There's a few here that are the soft enamel with the epoxy top coat. So I don't like those as much, but these are a much bigger size compared to some of these other pins. And Crack and Trade now has quite a lot of exclusive Loungefly pins. Then finally, there are the jumbo Loungefly pins. I only have 2 of them, but these ones are really, really awesome. Really, really big size. You can see, especially compared to the size of that Baby Yoda there. So they'll have movable elements on them. This Wally moves. This has a movable element, but it's very hard to move back and forth, but it's like pin on pin, movable. There's a whole bunch of glitter in the background. Again, they come in these really nice boxes. So I'd say these larger limited edition pins that you get directly from loungefly.com are probably my favorite. So that was all about Loungefly Disney pins. Yes, they are real pins, and yes, you can trade them. The one thing that I would note is that if you're trading them, especially online, you'll probably want to disclose that they are licensed pins, just in case people don't know that they are Loungefly pins, because some people might only want to trade a Loungefly pin for another Loungefly pin, but they're up for the fair regular trading game with the copyright Disney on the back of them. I'd be really interested to know what you think about Loungefly pins in terms of, do you like to get the mystery pin sets and collect those? Because I do see a lot of people with them. I personally have become a big fan of their limited edition large size pins. And you know, I'll find myself, if Box Lunch is having a good sale on things and there's some interesting pins, I'll still pick them up. But it would be really nice if over time, if Loungefly kind of consistently upped that quality and maybe they moved to hard enamel pins. But let me know what type of Loungefly pins you like to collect, or if you have any other questions about Loungefly Disney pins. But thanks for watching!